Last game of Thanksgiving Day is the Bills and the Saints, Zach. The Bills 4-point favorites in New Orleans. 46.5 is the total in this one. This is one where I do like a side. I really like a Bills bounce back in this spot. The Bills feel like they are a dome team that is forced to play in one of the worst weather cities in the NFL. And obviously that doesn't have a huge effect on them earlier in the season, but we're starting to see that play out for them now. And now they get to go to a dome. They get to get that perfect weather environment against the Saints offense that isn't really going to scare you too much. Trevor Siemian has played, passable football at best since he's been this team's starter. I have a feeling that this is a spot where the Bills offense can get things cooking once again. I actually really like the Bills in this game.
Yeah, I lean towards the bounce back. Here would be my hesitations, right? The Bills defense, number one DVOA. But Michael, since that Chiefs game, which was 7 weeks ago now, have they really played like it? The Saints struggling to generate offense. And if Kamara's not going to play, then you're putting terrible quarterbacks out there, handicapped, right? You struggle to run. I mean, Mark Ingram is going to run hard and he's going to get 3 yards. He's not going to get 4 most times, right? So the Bills are the better team. The Bills should be super motivated in this spot, right? And I do think, as good as the Saints defense is, I think Josh Allen indoors, Stephon Diggs sitting on big numbers. So I lean Bills. My hesitation is just that the Bills have not played well, that the Saints are desperate, and frankly, this open 3.5, 4, it started to jump up. I was shocked that it wasn't bigger. I really was.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just how the Bills have been trending lately in trying to figure some things out, right? But I would not be surprised if they come out and lay it on them, because I just think over the course of 4 quarters, they have the clearly better offense. The defenses are close. They're inside primo conditions. They have every chance to win this game big.
Yeah, they've played very poorly in 2 of their last 3 games, right? It's the 9-6 loss to Jacksonville and then just the blowout at the hands of the Colts last week. And so, I can see why this is sitting just at Bills -4. I still think it's low. I still like the Bills, but I don't look at that and furrow my brow and wonder why they're only favored by 4 points against the Saints team that, as you said, right, desperate. This is a team that absolutely needs a win to keep up in the NFC, that stacked NFC. We're going to be seeing a lot of teams jockeying for position in that 6-7 spot in the playoffs. The Saints aren't in as of right now, but I think the Vikings are clearly a better team than the Saints. You've got the Eagles playing really good and have a very friendly schedule really the rest of the season. I think the Saints, even though they're in that 7 spot right now, are less likely to make the playoffs than some of the teams that are behind them. And certainly with the Vikings going the way they're going, I feel like they're the best of that group of teams that isn't the top 5 in the NFC. So this is a huge game for the Saints, but I look at everything that the Bills can do in this one, and as good as the Saints defense has been this season, I don't trust them to be able to do that against the Bills if the offense isn't forcing the Bills defense to work hard as well. And I don't see why we should trust them to do that.
Yeah, the NFC seems to be the better conference right now. And the AFC has good teams. It's jumbled. It's unpredictable. Despite the last 2 weeks, I still see the Bills as a Super Bowl contender. I really do. And I'm not close enough to them to say they're going to flip the switch in the 3 days between last week's bad loss and this one. But I think they're a legit Super Bowl team, and I think the Saints are going to miss the playoffs. So I'm going to bet the better team in this game and take my chances.